Hi guys, are you able to hear me right? So in the previous class we have been discussed about some naming conventions. So today let us yep. So let us work with some more naming conventions and let us work with the topic like working with the measures. So let us work. Start. Go to the Tableau 8.3 and let us click on sample superstore English extract. Okay, so I'll just revise for 5 minutes in a previous session. So this data source, oh sorry, I was forgetting each and every time to share my screen, guys. Yep. So I think now you can able to see my screen, right? Yep. So let us wrap up yesterday's session. So in the yesterday's session we have discussed about some naming conventions. So this is a data source which is referred as a data set, and table is referred as data subset, and columns are referred as data elements. We have five types of data elements. We have five types of data elements. So one is textual ABC, the symbol is ABC, and you can see geographical dimension. Also you can see date dimension, date and time dimension, and a measure value. So same way in the work area we have column shelf, row shelf, page shelf, filter shelves, and marks. Okay, this is something about yesterday whatever we have been discussed, and these are workspace controls. And here we have show me. Okay, so now let us work with some naming conventions in the work area. Let me drag continent into the rows. Okay, same way, let me drag department over there. Let me drag department as well as let me drag sales now. Okay, so now I have continent wise, department wise, I have all the sales value, and this particular symbol is used to swap the rows and columns, and this is to make it in the ascending order, and this symbol is used to make it in the descending, and this is to show the labels. If you click again, the labels will be hidden. And now let us discuss some naming conventions today as well as. So in the work area we have header. Header is nothing but values across dimensions. Values across dimension. So here headers means you can see these two are headers like Africa, Asia, Australia. Here furniture, office supplies, technology. All these are headers. Values across the dimensions are called as headers, and here you can see continent and department are called as column names, like are called as header labels. Header labels, column names. Okay, header labels means column names. Headers means all these values like Africa, Asia, and furniture. All these belongs to headers, and their continent and department both are header labels. Header labels, and so this particular selected area. So this particular selected area is called as scale or axis. So the selected measure value axis, AXIS, scale. Scale is nothing but axis. You can see the scale here. It started at 0, and here you can see 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. So this scale is called as axis. This particular selected area scale is called as axis. And so this particular area is called as a pane. Let me show you. If I drag it into the color, you can see each color is nothing but a pane. In the Africa, you can see the border lines here and here. So in between whatever the bars we have, so all that belongs to one particular pane. And here also another color. This is one pane, and this is another pane, and this is another pane. So all these are panes. Let me take a print screen and so here let me write out this particular part is called as pane. These three cells is a pane, and here also these three cells is called as a pane. Cell means bar. One bar is nothing but cell, one bar. So you can see here this particular one bar is a cell, so this is called as cell, and this is pane something. That's not good at the writing. I need to drag that text. And so this is something about this. So this is called as a pane. This particular area is called as a pane. So this particular part is called as a pane, and one particular bar is nothing but cell. Let me show you. So one particular bar, this is a cell. Each and every color encode a pane. So on this entire part from here to here is a table. So table and data view. We have also data view. So this particular part, entire part from here to so here, so it is table. Let me show you in the pane. Okay, so let me select this. So this entire part is called as a table. This part is called as a table. The selected complete part, this is a table. So data view is nothing but if I something click on quick filters. So here let me click on continent, show quick filter. Now including this quick filter along with this entire thing is called as a data view, and all this stuff belongs to a worksheet, sheet 1. Okay, so this is worksheet. So this entire analysis, like including this label, quick filter, and this table, everything is called as a data view. Okay, so data view. So if I want to add a title to the existing report, so just go to the worksheet, because now we are in the worksheet. Just go to the worksheet, click on show title. You can see the title. If you double click it, if you want to rename it, or if you want to make it center, you can delete the previous one, and you can add something whatever you want. A sales report, you can write like this. So now you can see the title as a sales report. Title is sales report. So same way here in the Tableau we can also add a caption. See, show caption, just click on the caption, automatically it has been written. See, sum of sales for each department broken down by continent. Color shows details about continent. The view is filtered on continent, which keeps 6 of 6 months. If you want to change that, you can double click it and you can change the caption. So that is also possible. You can change it, or based on the something you're disabling, okay, or unchecking, automatically you can see the caption is also changing. So this is something automatic. If you click it, automatically the caption also is changing. So this is how you can add a caption. Same way, if I want to see the summary of the report, so you can also see the summary here. See, sum is something 1930, average, minimum, maximum, median. So this is how you can add, okay, title, caption, or summary. Everything you can add it up. Title, caption, summary. So all these three you can add it up here. So was this clear? Naming conventions? Harish, Naveen, Vinay?
Yes, Raj.
Yep. So I have even a document. I will share you the document which has been done earlier. So all the naming conventions I have. it like header labels and all this stuff. Each bar is a cell, a tool tip, and you can see this is a pane. Entire part is called as a pane. So I have this document. I'll share it to you today itself. That same document. So where you can just go through that. Pages we'll discuss it later on, Naveen. So that is one day topic. Even filters also it's a one day topic. So pages, filter shelf. Filters will take 3 classes. Pages will take one class, one day session. So we'll discuss it later on. So this is something about naming conventions. And also, let us discuss about the coloring, sizing, and text again. Okay. So if I have continent and if I have sales, okay, if I drag continent to here, you can see each and every continent was colored. But what happens if I have a department as well as, or let us have order date. So continent wise, you can see all the dates. Now what happened if I drag order date into the color? If you can notice, all the 2013, okay, was maintaining the same red color. So 10 maintaining one color. Even in the Africa, 10 is this color. Even in the Asia also, 2010 is the same color. In the Australia also the same color, and Europe, North America, and South America. So everywhere, if you can notice a point, 2013 in Africa, Asia, Australia, everywhere it was the same color. Okay, so same way, what about the sizing? If you can see continent, and let me drag sales, let me drag department as well as. What happens if I size now continent? You can see here, if I size this, okay, based on the alphabetical order it has been sized. So what happens if I have order date, and if let me convert that into the bar. So then if I drag order date into the size, if you can see, all the 2013 was in one size. Okay, 10 was in one size, 11 was in one size. Even not only in the Africa, Asia, anywhere you can see, so the different sizes. So this is how. And what happens if I drag a measure value into the size? Automatically now, based on the value, it will be sized. If you can notice here, it is not maintaining consistency for 2010, and here 2010 the size was different, because now it is doing based on the sales value, like 39,000, 2279 starts here, up to 1 lakh it would be this size, after 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, and 4 lakhs. So now based on the value, it is sized. Same way here also, even in the coloring. So here we have colored based on the year, right? So now what happened if I drag sales into the color? You can see it has been started at 39,279, ended with 4 this. So if you want to edit the colors also, you can do edit here. You can go with the mixed colors, red and green, and something like this. And so you can also drag a dimension, you can also drag a measure for the colors. Even the same thing happened in the sizing. You can also drag a dimension value or a measure value into the sizing. If it is a dimension, here it will maintain some consistency, 10, 11, 12, 13, and all this stuff. If it is a measure value, then it would be based on the value. Same way, let me drag continent, and already the sizing, sales is here. So if you drag sales value into the label, you can see the sales value. If you drag something other than that, dimension also, what happens if I drag continent? You can see the continent values. If I drag sales value will be, you can able to see the sales value. Okay, so was this clear? Coloring, sizing, and labeling. Okay, so this is something about basic things like color, size, and label. Now let us work with measures. So a topic called working with measures. So we are done with the naming conventions. We have added a title, sorry, title and caption, summary. So then we are done with color, size, and label. So now let us work with a topic. Okay, so working with measures. Working with measures. So here we can work with measures in three different ways. Individual access, individual access. Second one is dual access or blended access. Dual access. So we have on combinational charts. Okay, let us work with the these measures. Like in the tableau we can work with the measures in three different ways. So one is individual access, so the other one is blended access, and dual access. Okay, so individual access, blended access, and dual access. And here we have combinational charts as well. As let us start working with the individual access first. So individual access means, so let us say, let us take the same continent and let us take the sales value. So how many access we have here? So we have only one access here. Okay, so what happened if I drag profit into the beside sum of sales? You can see another axis. See what happening here earlier, before not dragging, you can see only one mark. So one axis we have and one mark. So what happened if I drag profit it into beside sum of sales? Automatically you can see another axis. Same way you got two things here, two marks. Like for sum of sales you have color, size, label, detail, and for sum of profit you have, for all you have again. So here this is an axis and this is an axis. So this is called as an individual axis. Let me drag order quantity and drop it beside here. You can see, so this is also one axis. So if I have three axes here, so I have three marked: sum of sales, sum of profit, sum of order quantity. See here I can color sales because now I am in the sum of sales. If you can see, only sales has been colored because only sales has been colored because I have dragged the continent into the sum of sales color. So if I drag it into all, what happened? Everything will be colored. If I drag it into the all colors, see 3 has been colored because I have dragged in the all option. In all I have dragged in the color. So let us see sum of sales. I'll color it, drag continent and make it color. And sum of profit, the second one, so I'll size it, continent, and drag and drop it in the size. And third, sum of order quantity, so drag continent and drop it into the label. You can see the first axis, so what I've done is I have colored it. So second one I have sized it, third one I've labeled it. So each and every axis will have a separate marks. So if I click it here, automatically you can see that related axis is available, that related marks is available. So this is what an individual axis. In the individual axis, it is having, each and every measure will be having a separate axis. That is what individual axis. And also if I have three axes, I'll be having three marks. Okay, so this is what an individual axis. Individual axis will support multiple measures. We can write down here. So it supports multiple measures. It supports multiple measures. It supports multiple measures, and also each and every axis is having, each and every axis will have a separate marker. Marks. Each and every axis will have a separate marks in the individual axis. So what is this blended axis? This is what individual axis, blended axis. So let us work with the blended axis now. What is this blended axis? Blended axis is nothing but mixing up the measures. So blended axis is nothing but mixing up the measures. So mixing up the measures means, let me show you the requirement. I have continent and I have a sales value. Okay, so I have profit as well as here. Besides sales, I have profit. Now you can see sales value axis is this and profit axis is this. Now I want to see sales and profit side by side. So for Africa, this is what sales and this is profit. So I want to see side by side, not in a horizontal way. So if I want to make it side by side, what I have to do in the blended axis is, okay, blending is nothing but mixing up. So if I want to get the profit side by side, what I have to do is drag profit and drop it into the axis. Drag profit and drop it into the axis. So this is what axis, right? Here if I drop it, you can see profit and sales. Profit and sales. So in the blended axis, the second measure has to be dragged into the axis. Even if you want to third measure to be side by side, drag and drop it into the axis. You can also see here. So if you want something other, product based margin, so anything, you can just click on here. So you can able to see all the measure values side by side. So this is what blended axis. Blended axis means mainly mixing measures. So mixing measures is nothing but blended axis. So what happening? Drag and drop, second measure. Second measure in axis. Okay, drag and drop second measure in axis, so that you will achieve side by side bars. Okay, so another most important point is you can able to see measure names and measure values here. So measure name and measure values. This is what measure name, you can see, which was in the blue color. Measure names means here order, quantity, product based margin, profit, sales, all these are measure names. Measure values means, so the values which were displayed here in the bars, so that are measure values. So measure names are in the blue color, which indicates that are dimensions. Measure values denotes green color, which indicates that it is a measure. Measure names and measure value. Measure name and measure values. Okay, so measure names and measure values. Measure names means dimensions, and measure values means measures. Okay, measure values means measures. So like sales, profit, order, quantity, all these comes under this, because we have mixing up the measure, all the measures. So here if you can notice, you can able to see only one axis, because we have mixed up all the measures. So that was the reason here we can able to see only one axis. So one axis means how many mark cards? Here we have only one mark card, because I have only one axis, so one mark card. In the blended axis always will be having single axis. So here we'll be having single axis, And if you want to color, okay, if you want to color all these stuff, okay, all these measures, then click on control button, drag and drop these measure names and drop it into the color. You can see the different colors. If you want to change the colors, you can change. If you want to see the sales in the first, just drag and drop it in the first, so you can see the sales first. Okay, you can see the sales first. So this is how you can color it, measure names, and you can also, okay, label it, or you can make in the ascending descending by changing these values. Okay, so this is something about blended access. Okay, we'll be having single access, and if you want to color it, just drag control and drag measure name so that it will be measure. Drag measure names into color, so that you can able to color it. Drag measure names into color so that you can encode with the different colors. If you want to edit it, click edit and edit colors. Anything you select sales and make it green, and you can see now that will be the green. You can also change the colors here. So this is how we'll go with the blended access. So what we have to do, drag the second measure into the access continent here. Let me show you again. So I have sales. Okay, so the second measure, drag profit and drop it into the scale. So here you can see I was dropping it in the scale, so that automatically you'll get this side by side bars. So same thing we can also do it in the other method. Same blended access we can also do it in another method. Let us say here I have continent and I have sum of sales and sum of profit. Simply what we can do is just click on the show me. Okay, just click on the show me. So you have an option called side by side bars. Okay, the other method, simple method, is no need to drag even the measure value into the axis. Just drag all the dimensions and measures into rows and columns. After that, click on show me and just click on this side by side bars. So if I click on the side by side bars, see automatically, so the blended access has been done. So I have just swapped the rows and columns. You can see the profit and sales. Same like earlier also we have done the same thing. Here we have more measures, but here we have only two measures. Anything we can do it. So, and I have just swapped it. By default it was like this. So I have swapped the rows and columns. Then now you can see continent and measure names and measure values. So blended access can be able to do it in two methods. One is manually dragging a measure into the axis. The other option was just click on the show me. So this is what blended access. Even blended access will allow multiple measures. We can color it, we can size it, anything we can do it. Same way, let us work with the dual access. So here in the blended access, always you'll be having only a single measure. So let us work with the dual access. So dual means only two measures. Only two measures. Dual means only two measures. So here drag second measure to opposite to axis. Drag second measure to opposite to axis. Drag second measure to opposite to axis. Second measure opposite to axis. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, let me take the same example. Continent I have sales. Now this is horizontal bar. What happens if I swap this? Now it is vertical bar. Okay, now it is a vertical bar. So first measure is here. You can see the scale axis. The selected thing is selected. Scale is an axis. Okay, so what we have to do is select the profit, drag and drop opposite to the axis. Drag and drop opposite to the axis. So simply drag and drop opposite to the axis. This is what axis. Opposite to this means I have dragged it here. Let me show you up again by clicking on back. So drag the profit and drop it into the opposite axis. So here you can see dotted line. If you drop that measures, you can see two scales, both the sides. And you can also see the sales was in the green color, profits was in the other color. See, always here the sales value is something 20 lakhs or something 20 plus, and the profit was 5 lakhs. But if you can see a difference, sales value, which is 20 lakhs in the lower place, and whereas profit was in the on top of that sales value. Why? Because if you can see the scale here, the sales value is at 20 lakhs, and if you can see profit scale here, it is 5 lakhs. So one side the scale you can see 20 lakhs, the other side it is 5 lakhs. So that was the reason here it is 20 lakhs, and you can see 5 lakhs on top of that. So what we have to do is we need to synchronize the both the axes. We need to get into a same values. So for that we have to select the second axis, right click, use an option called synchronize axis. Use an option called synchronize axis. So here now you can see 2 lakhs or 20 lakhs something, and here also you can see 20 lakhs. So now you can see the sales is profit is 5 lakhs here, and sales was in the top position. Okay, in the top position. So now you have the circles. So here how many axes I have? 2 axes I have, axis 1 and axis 2. So now we have an option like sum of sales. Let me make as a line chart, and sum of profit, if I click it here, let me make it a bar. See, because I have two scales, to automatically 2 marks. So that was the reason in the sum of sales I have converted that into the line chart, and sum of profit I made it as a bar chart. Here I have an option to select. Okay, so this is what a dual axis chart. So the working with measures. Okay, will it supports multiple measures? No, dual axis will not support multiple measures. It supports only 2 measures. So we need to synchronize the axis. Okay, synchronizing axis is important. Drag and synchronize axis. Synchronize axis as well. Drag second measure opposite to axis and synchronize axis. So it supports only 2 measures. So it supports only 2 measures. So this is how traditionally we need to do to achieve this. Same thing we can also do it in another method. Let me do it here. I have order date, I have sales value, I have profit value. Okay, so I have order date because it always get the highest part of the date. So here, that was the reason it is showing us here. So sales and profit. Now what I have to do is I need to achieve dual axis. So here in the show me you have an option called dual combination charts. So here in the show me you have an option called dual combination. Just drag an order date, then sum of sales and sum of profit. Click on this. Automatically if you click on dual combinational charts, all these 24 charts we'll discuss detail in the going forward sessions. So now you can see the green color value is the sales and the profit is this. Still here the scale was not synchronized. If you can notice here it was around 10 lakhs. Okay, not 10 lakh, yeah, 10 lakhs, and here it was 5 lakhs. So scale was not synchronized. Right click and click on synchronize axis. Now it is synchronized, both sides it is at 10 lakhs. So sales you can see as well as profits we can see it here. So this is how we can achieve the dual axis with the help of dual combinations from the show me. Okay, dual combination from the show me. Was this clear, guys? Harish, Naveen? Yes, right? Yeah. Okay, good. So this is about measures. Working with the measures is individual access, blended access, and dual access. In the dual access only we can have with the 2 measures. So we have done with this dual access, and we have combinational charts. So what is this combinational charts? So combination means different combinations. Let me save this. Let me do. I have a continent, and I have sales, I have profit, I have product based margin. Each and every measure is having a separate axis and separate mark automatically. If it is having an axis, automatically it will get it. So let me drag order quantity. So now how many measures I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. Let me swap it. Let us make it vertical. Now you can see, so sales was in the bar, profit is also in the bar, product based margin was in the bar, order quantity was even in the bar chart. So now let us I want to select, if you select sales, you can see you can convert that into the line chart. If you click on profit, that axis will open. Let us make it squares. If you click on product based margin, so here you can have something pie or area or whatever you want. Circles we have shapes as well as. Okay, so finally order quantity that was in the bar chart. So now you can see this is what combinational charts, this is called as a combinational charts. So this is what, individual axis, and then this is blended, this is what individual axis. So here also if you can swap, and you can change each and every axis related bar into another chart type. Okay, individual axis, let me do changes, individual axis, blended axis. Okay, so as well as dual axis. Dual axis also can be performed in two different ways. So and finally combinational charts. Was this clear, guys? Any questions? Today we are done with two topics. So one is naming conventions, basic naming conventions, headers, values, and all this stuff like this. Any questions you have? Okay, fine. So Vinay, Harish, no questions from you. Naveen, you have any questions? In dual, we cannot use more than two measures. Correct, Naveen. So in the dual axis, we cannot go ahead with